Here in this monthly meeting, we're gonna discuss about uh, different points. And like we have been discussing about multiple things since last couple of weeks or months. So now here is the progress of different things. So starting with the first point here, as we can see that in the report, my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So I'm like applying the static label for the BDD step. It is done for all the three projects, and also as discussed with Manak, I'm like you just need to specify the page names for the specific page or screens. So it is also done from all the three projects, and the significance of this particular activity is I'm like denoting the name of the page or the scheme name uh, where the action is going to take place. Uh, that is going to be help us to create the scenarios using BDD generator. Am I right, Manak? Okay. Another thing, yeah. And another thing, I'm like from this is from the current sprint onwards, I'm like we have started a new activity that is applying the page label in each and every scenario. So I'm like that is going to be help us to identify the scenario easily in the X-ray board. So and the major thing, I'm like just few days ago, and I'm like we have been discussing about this thing since last couple of releases about the to-do list in all three projects. So I'm like the board has been cleared in all three projects uh, in the last production regression. Let me showcase. So here is the status, Oleg. For NAPRD, LH, here only 14 test cases are showing in to-do list. Either we have updated the status of the 2D scenarios or we have removed some scenarios from here, uh, which should not be the part of this post-production regression. Similarly, for the portal, only 5 scenarios are showing in to-do list now, and for VShow, only 4 scenarios. That is for NA, and for EU, 4 scenarios for VShow, no scenarios for GoLive, and for portal, only 5 scenarios showing for EU. So the last regression board has been cleared from our side in all three projects. Uh, Another thing that I'm like we have been working on these things since last couple of months, that optimizing the REGTP board, that is QA regression board. So I just want to give you the update of each and every project. So as far as about VShow, scenario count is actually, there is no change in the scenario count. Earlier it was like 4,490 scenarios. Still it is 4,490 scenarios. As we were actually focusing on to optimize the PRB board first, and it is almost done from our side. So now we will move to RGTP and we'll try to optimize the RGTP board also, and we'll remove the unwanted test cases from there as well. So from current regression onwards, we'll see the uh, big difference. As far as about like Orion, around like 7% of scenarios has been adjusted from the RGTP board. Uh, Mohit, can you please mention the count also in this, as and when we get the time?
Okay.
Okay. And as far as about GoLive, earlier the scenario count in the last regression the scenario count was 5,162. Now it has been reduced to 4,741. So from this regression, uh, we'll see this count, and probably we'll review some more scenarios and we'll try to optimize it more if possible. Am I right, Shyamla?
Right, absolutely. I'm working on that one. I'm still reviewing. So we can reduce few more scenarios from the regression board. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As far as about like PRB-TP board, so here we can see the huge difference. In Visho earlier it was, I'm like the scenario count was the 687. Now so far it has been reduced to 556, and we are still working on it. So probably we will be close to 400. So around like more than 150 test cases we are planning to exclude from the PRB TP board for Visho, and 400 test cases would be sufficient to certify the post-production verification for Visho. As far as about like Orion, there is no much difference. Simply, I'm like we have optimized the PRV board. Earlier, the scenario count was 370, and still it is around like 370. Simply, we have actually removed some or excluded some unwanted test cases and added some new test cases based on new implementation or the enhancement. So it is achievable in Orion. So I'm like, we don't want to make any changes here. So 370 is the count for Orion. Now, coming to GoLive, I'm like, we were having lots of scenarios in GoLive in the PRBTP board. It was around like 1,740 test cases. Now it has been reduced to 746. And Shamla, are we still working on reducing more test cases, or it is fine? I'm like, we are able to achieve the count is
Yeah, we
achievable.
are almost achieved it. Yeah. I think
Okay,
like we can reduce few more, but yeah, 90% we achieved it.
perfect, perfect. Okay, and as far as about, I'm like, there were one confusion, like when we were looking into the folder structure in the test repository, so we added one word over there like regression, and it was making us confused, and it was actually creating the wrong, it was creating the wrong impression uh, that we are only having the regression scenarios in the test repository, but that is actually not true. We have scenario in test repository. So it is almost done for all projects. Few uh, as far as about like we should just need to remove the regression word from the few folders. So I'm just working on it, and probably I will be done by today itself. So that's why I mentioned that 100% for all three projects. So in future, we will not be get confused to look into the test folders created under the test project. There are some ongoing on the parallel process that we are working on it, that linking the bug defect with the corresponding test cases. Uh, Checking, there is one more activity. I'm like, we have been discussing about this particular activity since last couple of weeks with Ashish, that due to one incident happened on the week over the weekend. So we have just initiated one build verification process over the weekend. So India team is going to take care to verify the production builds on our Sunday, and if it is possible, I'm like we are just seeking some help from the US team. So we will get any build uh, on a Friday night. So if it is possible from the US team, if someone can take care from the US team to verify the production build, especially if there is any failure. So that is that is the major update, the new things that we have actually done in last 1 month. Apart from that, there are some ongoing activities migrating the scenarios from the Excel file to X-ray. That is already done for Orion and Visho. Only 2% test cases is remaining for GoLive. Similarly, moving the test scenarios into new folder structure, it is already done for Orion and Visho, and only 4% scenarios are remaining for GoLive. Functional tagging and linking the scenarios, that's an ongoing process in each and every sprint. So we are continue working on it. Applying regression template 0 ID, that is also another ongoing process, which is already done for Orion, but still we need to work on GoLive, and I'm like, still we need to work on few scenarios for GoLive and Visho. In last meeting and last meeting, we were discussing about the estimating the manual scenarios. So we have started working on it, and we'll continue on this process. We will estimate the scenarios as and when time permits to us. Another thing that the body review process, yeah, we are continuing working on it, and we are reviewing the has been done by the team on regular basis. And the things which I'm like in last monthly meeting we have actually mentioned, and we found uh, I'm like some of the slippages in the body review, and the count has been decreased drastically. Now the things are not repeating, which we actually found in last monthly meeting or in the last report. So here we can see that in DC we found only 2 discrepancies, and in Orion we found around like 3, and GoLive also 3. So that's a very good initiative, and that is really going to help us to improve our process. Similarly, as we are actually estimating the regression scenarios, similarly we are doing estimating the spin related scenarios also in parallel. And recently we have introduced the new BDT generator, that is version 1.7, and we have started creating the BDT scenarios using the new BDT generator. There is one more important thing that I just want to highlight here, that is reactions and key movement related. So recently, from today onwards, I'm like we have introduced a separate build for the end-to-end CAM for SimLive event for English and Japanese language, and it is running successfully. Uh, and as far as about like OD event, Manak, do you want to put some light on the OD event? Mohit,
Yeah,
anyone
for the
can?
OD that we are already running with the AI team. That's end-to-end test that's already running on in the VBO build. So that's
I,
process work ongoing.
if
And the reason of failure for that that because of that elite side bug happened today. That's smart play was not displaying due to one of the flag was newly flag was introduced, and that impacted that process. So apart from that, that OD live is working, live events end to end is working in the Orion. OD is ongoing with the AI team, and this new build, separate build is introduced for the Simulive. So these 3 events type that we are now checking with the end to end game, and including the Japanese language. So that's a good initiative for the end to end test.
and if I'm not wrong, Mohit, I'm like we have introduced new end-to-end key moment build in PRD and PRD view as well for the audio events. And
For Simulive, they are going to
okay,
do
for similar.
for the
Yeah.
NA.
And then
Hello,
you,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, Manak.
yeah. You.
am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible now,
Okay,
Manak.
I think my headphone is not working, so now I'm on speaker actually. Okay, so regarding end-to-end key moments, yeah, we are done with the OD event in the QA and also in the NA and EU prod. So that is actually set up and verified. And in the QA, we are from last few days we are regularly running the build. So it is done for in the QA, it is done for English and Japanese language, and in the production environments, it is done for English language so far. And currently, we are in process of verifying for Simulive. So, like maybe tomorrow, we'll be able to start with the Simulive too.
Perfect. So anything else, Manak?
Uh, no, I think we should be good. Just keep verifying like the process. You must be aware about that. The especially for the end-to-end key moment build, it will run in a sequence with the initial build will run. Okay, let me share my screen for a moment. Just I will take a couple of minutes. Is it visible?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so for Orion, you can see here like it is for OD English and OD is Japanese. So two new builds are introduced here. Okay, so this will by default it will run on the Chrome beta, Windows Chrome beta only, and this is the actually the pipeline which you have created for English and Japanese. Okay, so it will be a part of end-to-end test. Okay, so first the AI build will run. If it's successful, then it will trigger the Vibio build for English language. And if it is successful, then only it will trigger the Orion end-to-end. Okay, so it will be in a sequence based on the like if the previous build is passed or not. So this will work in the QA for English and Japanese. And currently it's failing because of the Vibio is taking longer time to process the KM. So Vibio didn't run, so that's why the Orion builds skipped. So this is for QA and this is for EU. So in the EU, when we run yesterday, it passed for all three projects for English language. So AI, Vibio, and then Orion. Similarly for NA. NA again, like it took more time to process the game, so it failed. So if it failed, then the very next step, the next build will not execute, it will skip. So probably we need to update, like increase the time here so that key moment successfully processed. So this is update, and the email notification you will get something like this. For example, this for NA Pro came E2E or an OD English. And similarly, when we will introduce for the Japanese language, then you will get, at the last it will be JAP. And currently it's done for the OD. So it will be OD. And when we'll introduce the Simulive, then it will be Simulive. These production builds are not scheduled yet. Currently, I triggered them manually. So most probably those will be scheduled on the weekly basis. So it will, so yeah, I think that's what.
Manak, I have a question. This is Jan. So regarding this
Mhm.
email, who will be notified? Do we have who is on this list?
You
Yeah,
should
I see
So-
my
them
name.
too.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
all.
yeah.
All right. Thank
Yes,
you.
yeah, you're there.
Did
So
you
Because
all
I
okay?
checked.
whole Orion team is there. Actually, the
Mhm.
default list, which whatever the email address is there in the existing QA builds and production builds, those email list is there. So everyone is there.
I'm looking for guys from Vibio team on that list. Is there Pretty? Seems not. No, she is not here. So
There should be separate email for Vibio. This is for
Okay.
Orion.
This is
Okay.
for Orion actually.
I
For
see, I see.
Vibio, yeah, if the Vibio build fails, then this is the current list. Ian is there.
I still don't see Pretty here. She's supposed to be
Sure,
on this.
I'll add that.
Okay.
So I
thank you.
added the few of the team members from for the Orion team in the VBO build. If the VBO fails, then they will be notified. Jenny, Jan, Piyush, Sandeep, Shelja, Mohit. So I can
Okay.
add the more list if you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yes, Sandeep, please continue.
Thank you. Thank you. I am also almost done from my side. Just wanted to talk about the upcoming action items. I'm like, we will be continue estimating the regression test cases, manual regression test cases, as we discussed in last monthly meeting, and as well as the spin-related test cases. Also, we'll continue optimizing the
Sandy,
PRBTP
could
and
you, sorry, Sandy, could you mind to share your screen again?
oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Is it visible now?
Mhm, yeah.
Oh, perfect. So we'll continue optimizing the RGTP and the PRBTP regression board as we already optimize it, but we are continue working on it and we'll try to reduce some more scenarios from there and we'll try to balance out the QA regression board as well as the production regression board, which can be like achievable to us as per the available resources. There are some more ongoing process that we will be continuing in each and every sprint, applying that with example or the multiple examples tag in the different scenarios, leaving the scenario pending for review and applying automation pending tag. That's it. And all I just
Sandeep,
wanted to, yeah,
Sandeep, just
yeah,
wanted one question regarding the new automation of the VM.
exactly. I was coming to that point actually.
Okay, yeah, please
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, please. I'm like, I already shared the list with Sumit, but I just wanted to, I'm like, Oleg's input on that. Like, do we need to do any automation at research side? Uh, Oleg, we actually identified some uh, high priority features and the high priority things which we have recently done for the Microsoft. And we think like it will automate some scenarios from there. So that is going to be help us, especially integration also.
Yeah. According to your plans, right, Jenny? Maybe you can highlight something. Of course, you want to automate as much as you can regression.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We reviewed the list with the new feature. I reviewed with Sandy. And then if Mana, if your team have a tie, that would be great that we can start with some of those high priority one for the new features.
Of course, the number of a little bit high seems like a little bit high, 4,490. Right, if I'm correct.
Right.
Maybe you want to again review and remove something from it.
Sure. So Manak, as the input for you, I'm like, I've already shared the list with Sumit.
Sure, Sandeep. So
We can
we'll
just discuss
start
about
working
it
on
by
it.
tomorrow and we can start.
Mhm.
Okay. And just do let me know the feasibility, whether if anything is actually not achievable through automation, just do let me know like what kind of input we are seeking from our side. We'll
Sure,
do
Sandeep,
the
sure.
same from our side. We'll discuss it more about by tomorrow. Okay.
Sure.
So Shyamla, Mohit, do you wanna add anything here? That's it from my side. I am done from my side, all engineering. If anybody want to
Yeah,
have
so
any,
far good. Almost all covered everything. Yeah.
Nothing from my side.
Okay,
Jenny?
so
Yeah, Manak, please go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Yes, Jenny, if you want to add something, please.
No, I'm fine. Please go ahead.
Okay, just wanted to share the update regarding the automation. So maybe Piyush or Chetan can explain like what the step conversion or the test case, like the BDD step library, which we talked about earlier. So converting the steps into that global BDD format. So that process has been started by the automation team. So maybe Piyush, you have the screen that page available open.
BDD library. Let me open it.
Yeah, BDD library and some of the scenario which you have converted into that global BDD step. You can show
Yeah.
and
Yeah, let me open it.
like what kind of labels we are applying there in the steps as well as in the scenario. So if you can share the screen and explain briefly.
Yeah, sure. I can.
I'm just
Thanks.
stopping my screen share.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So these are the tags we are applying on the automated steps from global BDD step. Like one global BDD step tag is mandatory for all the steps, and the action label, like we are using select option by index action in this. So applied action select option by index label, and EAB overview is the page name. So we are applying these three tags in every step. which is automated from global BDD, like global BDD step and action and the page name label. So these are the labels, and let me open the ID. So this is the one example of test which we are automating from global BDD steps, and this is the complete scenario in which we are using the all steps from global BDD step. And these are the format of that. And we are applying one tag in every scenario, which is automated from global BDD and which is global BDD ready. So do you have any questions, anyone?
Can you search like how many cases are automated for this? Go to this issues and search for the JQL, or maybe in the test repository.
Yeah, around 18 scenarios are automated in Orion.
Right. Okay. So this is the update, like how the process is going on regarding that BDD step library optimization part. And automation team started working on that, converting the steps into that BDD format. And yeah, we have some guidelines for applying the labels, etc., so that it will be easy to identify at any time, like which kind of actions we are using, which kind of page. If you want to search for a specific page, we can search in the step library for those steps. If you want to search for those scenarios which are converted into BDD global format, we can search by that label. So yeah, so this process is going on.
Manak, so these labels will be applied by automation team always?
Yeah, so currently these are being applied by the automation team, because these are they are picking up the existing scenario, and those are are not converted. But for moving forward, if manual team is writing the scenario in the global BTT format, then ideally they should apply the labels to the steps as well for better filtration purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, that was only from my side.
Okay, Pishu. Thank you. Okay. So
Thank you. Oleg, do we need some update for the chat GPT using?
Jenny, I want to, but I don't have any updates.
Okay, thank you.
So for Chat GPT, I'm working on that, training the Chat GPT, and so Oleg, can I share few of the updates on that?
Sure.
It is still in the process, like it is not finalized yet. But okay, let me share my screen. It is just a very initial phase. Okay, I shared my screen. So I'm just creating, for example, this is BDD test generator for Orion. So just for trial purpose, I named it as Orion, because I'm training this GPT to write the test cases for the Orion project. And the Orion project means I provided the details for the Orion project, some of the details for the Orion project, including the page names. So for example, if I asked it, I also mentioned some of the questions here. For example, please list down the page names for the Orion project. So if I ask this question, maybe I can write the question or select that particular question. So so these are the page names which I provided it, this GPT. And these page names are the same which the team has mentioned in the written in this Excel file. Okay. So I provided this page name to this GPT and instructed it to use these page names only while writing the scenario steps. So not much. Okay. Okay, so these were the page name it listed out. Now, if we ask any question regarding to write the test case for the login page or whatever we want actually, or if we provide it some kind of description or the generic steps, it will write those. It will convert those generic steps or the requirement into the that BDD global format steps. So if I write write test for login, or maybe for registration page. It's a bit slow, but I'm not sure. Something is. So it's still like not generated that in the format which I'm expecting. So initially it generated in this way. So I need to train it in the way so that it can generate. For example, here it generated the registration scenario in the same way, and it used because it don't know much about our application, so it found the eHub registration page as a registration page. So it considered that is a registration page, and it returned the scenario for that page only. So this is how it is very initial phase. Like once it is trained properly, then it will generate the scenario in that format. So it will be easy for the team. So yeah, like this is what I wanted to share you. It's still there are I'm also exploring some more options how to make it more uh, useful with GPT. For example, how to reuse the existing automated steps so that we don't have the duplicate steps written. So I'm exploring the options to provide the automated step to this GPT so that it can reuse actually those steps is already can be used. So something like that. So it will take some time, but yeah, moving forward, we are going into that direction, and hope very soon we'll have that GPT trend.
Thank
Any
you, man.
question? Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
mind to share with Jenny?
Uh,
Share it.
yes. So like maybe tomorrow I will share because I'm still training it. Some results are not, but yeah, I can share, and maybe the whatever the updates will be there, it will automatically reflect there.
Right.
So
right.
yeah,
So
I'll share that.
just in the name of GPT, maybe you can put something more visible. This is Jenny Orion or whatever you want, if you don't mind. Not today. I mean,
Sure, I will help.
because there
Sure.
will be some different test generator for different projects, just to highlight what the project is. Right, Jenny? And you
Yeah.
can access it in this case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maha. Thanks, Alec.
Any suggestions if anyone of you have like regarding this? Or will it be helpful? I'm sure like it will be helpful for team because currently they are using that BDD generator I think this one they are using and generating from here. So it is time consuming, of course. But yeah, once it's ready, then it will be a lot of time saving for the team.
Yes, man, it looks helpful.
Mhm. Right.
Manak, another question. It's across the board again for all the projects at some point.
Mhm.
So I know that I don't know what the status is. I didn't get from Alumeli building scalable solution. I mean, she just started, of course, but I'm expecting will be soon something at least to show, right?
Mhm.
UI, this interface for this. And maybe we can discuss with Jennings and Deep how to teach this ChatGPT about functionality of Orion, for example, in this case. Maybe you can get from help pages something about particular functionality. Maybe there is announcement about new features, right, Jenny? For each release, maybe we can incorporate this
Right.
there.
Mhm.
Right, Oleg.
Yeah, but you need to do some small research. Which pages needs to be added to this training course of GPT associated with test cases we're trying to generate. So.
Right. So maybe like they can create the some document or release wise maybe or functional wise, and those can be uploaded to the GPT. And anytime we can ask those questions, and those can be used, while generating the test cases as well. So it will be kind of knowledge base for Orion.
Sure, Malik.
Okay, yeah. It's from anyone.
Anyone else have any things to share?
I think Nikhila has something. Nikhila?
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay. Nothing from my side.
So
Okay.
then, yeah.
Great job, great progress, guys. Thank you. Please keep it up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Oleg.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
everyone.
again. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.